You can't really see that green. No more green. No more green. 2x. So let's just practice. Like I said, in Algebra 2, the last couple of days, what we've been doing, it's necessary to factor. So if you can't factor, you won't be able to do what we're learning how to do. So we're going to practice more factoring today. And remember, when you do these, you will still start at the front, just like we did before. It's a 2x squared. Well, to get the x squared, just like before, it's got to be x and x, right? To get a 2, there aren't any choices. It's got to be 2 times 1. That's the only factor pairs to get a 2. It's got to be 2 times 1. So after the first one, then you go down here, and you get the factor pairs that give us 7. Now, I've seen some people say, oh, it's prime, and then they write prime for this one. No, it doesn't matter if the number is prime. You can still get 7 by 1 times 7. It doesn't matter if it's a prime number, it's 1 times 7. So in the spots here, you're going to put a 1 and a 7. But what you have to make sure of, when you have a number out front, what you have to make sure of is that the inside-outside combination adds up to 15. So you have to place the 1 and the 7 so that the inside-outside, when you do your inside-outside, it adds up to 15. And after you do these for a while, you'll be able to see, where should I put the 1 and the 7? What should I put here? The 1, and that means the 7 goes there. And the reason I do that is because then the outside, that's going to be a 14x. The inside, that's a 1x, and that will add up to 15. The only thing you have to do now is the signs, though. It's a positive down here. How do you multiply 1 times 7 and get a positive? Either positive, positive, or negative times negative. Which one is it? Negative, negative. There's negative in the middle. So that'll give me a negative 1x. This will give me a negative 14x. And if you add those up, you get negative 15x. Right? Right? Everybody okay with that? No, I forgot what it was. What do we have? 3x squared plus 4x minus 4. Can you see? Yes, can you see? Yes. So you start at the front. Start at the front, the 3x squared. You only have one possibility for 3. It's got to be 1 times 3. So it's got to be 1x and 3x. Then go down to the 4. This time now, there's 2 possibilities. 4 could be 1 times 4, and it could be 2 times 2. And I don't know which one it is. Should we try 1 and 4? If I try 1 and 4, and remember that the combination, the inside and outside, has to subtract to 4. What does that give me? That's 4x. This one gives me 3x. Would that subtract to 4? No. So remember though, then we have to try to flip those. Put a 4 here and a 1 there. Does that, let's see what we get for our inside outside. That's going to be 12x, and that one's going to be a 1x. Will that subtract to 4? No. So I don't think it's going to be 1 and 4. Do you? So now what should I do? Try 2 and 2. Try 2. This one gives me 2x. This one gives me 6x, 2 times 3x. Would that subtract to 4? Yes. Now the only thing we need the signs, it's a negative here. How do I multiply 2 times 2 and get a negative 4? You have to have one of each, right? And now, remember, before, the big one, the big number got whatever this sign was. Well, now, the big combination, you have to look at the combinations. So it's got to be the 6x that gets the positive and the 2x that gets the negative. So if that's the case, then what goes here? That's where the plus, so that you have positive 2 times 3x. That'll give us the plus 6x, right? And then obviously then that has to be the negative. That'll give us negative 2 times x, which is negative 2x. Does that make sense? So we're going to practice more of these today. Do you have questions? Do you have questions? Do you have questions? How many of you, let me see your thumb. Yes? I know what I'm doing, sort of. So it looks like everybody pretty much knows. All right, so I'm on page 222. If you would, sometime today, just get your paper in the basket. You should also have one from Thursday and Friday, 218 and 222. Otherwise, today's assignment, I'm on page 222. I'm going to go WE 12 to 24, I think. Yes, but I will tell you this. 16, 19 are prime. Oops. Looks like a first grader wrote that. 16 and 19 are prime, so I don't want you to try too hard on those. Can we see the assignment there?